Welcome back to Tea and Couch with Alisa, where we spill all the tea about sexuality. I am your host, Alisa Brennan-Timukai, and today on the couch we have Indrek. Welcome, Indrek.
Love to be here. Love to be here with you to spill the tea all about sexuality and how technology really plays into that.
Yes. So please tell us who you are and what we're going to talk about today.
So, I'm Indrek, also known as Merchant Online. My job and what I really do is currently I'm helping to develop and heading the development of Kink Tech.
Okay.
So, Kink Tech is a subsect, you could say, of sex tech. Sex tech widely is the process of taking sex toys, so taking a dildo and putting a vibrator into it, but not just a vibrator. Well, that's also sex tech. But usually when we think about sex tech, what we think about is it being also connected to Bluetooth. Examples are Lovins, Kiro, and so on and so forth. Companies that really try to get you to go onto an app and such. For us, because we see that there is already a market out there for that type of stuff, that is fulfilled. But myself as a kinkster, and I see this as well from other people, there is no way to really engage in long distance kink dynamics reliably using technology without either spending massive amounts of money or getting some Chinese knockoff that is just going to break after one use and has an application that is just complete garbage. But so yeah, that's my pretty much job, to make long distance kink safer, better, more affordable, and to make toys I want to use myself.
Okay, that sounds really cool. And how did you, first of all, get into the sex tech industry?
It was entirely by chance, actually.
Yeah.
So I used to do also fetish porn online, and from there, I stumbled on a platform called Chaster, and there I met my original co-founder, who was making sex tech. Their everyday work was developing highly classified engineering projects.
Okay, they were already doing
They
that.
were already an engineer, yeah. But they were not in sex tech. They weren't building sex tech. They were just a general engineer, very talented one. And I thought, fuck yeah, this is so cool. I want to be a part of this. I want to help this along the way, every step of the way. And so slowly but surely, I became more and more a part of that project, more a part of that development. And at some point, and last September, we decided, let's make this official. Let's find a company. Let's start a company around this, and that's how we started Reach Restraints. And pretty much that's how I got into sex tech. I have been engaging in kink for about 2-3 years now. But getting into sex tech was just an accident of me going out there, putting myself out and saying, I want to help with this cool project, and really becoming a part of it.
Yeah, that's really cool. And what's your role in your own company right now?
So my role currently, so with most startups,
Yeah.
it's that you're a founder, expect to do the accounting.
Yeah, you're kind of a little bit of everything, right?
You're searching up the laws about certifications, you're doing accounting, but largely my main passion is product development. So looking at, let's say, the 3D model of a product and thinking, okay, can we make the form factor somehow smaller? Can we squeeze some parts closer together so it's more efficient, that it's but it keeps all the quality? It's very much this like aggressive obsession towards that we can make this better. Let's make this even better and better and better. Of course, only to some degree, because you have to launch at some point,
Yeah,
and you can't
yeah,
make
yeah.
it to perfection, but to make it as good as possible without putting the budget into through the sky and making that's one of my parts. And the other one is, of course, dealing with marketing, dealing with partnerships, recently we already started partnership talks with some Discord servers and 2 major brands as well.
That's really cool. And you mentioned you have a prototype today, right?
Yeah.
Can I have a look?
So we have actually 2 devices. So one is Lockbox. I have to let me just choose this one currently.
Okay, so just to confirm, this is a device for a long distance couple. Is that right?
So this is a example or printed device. The final device is more like this itself. Currently having issues with opening it. But this is a lockbox for long distance chastity, for restraints.
Okay.
Think about it in the form of with chastity. The big thing is, okay, you can you put on the cage, you put on the belt. What do you do with the key afterwards? So usually what the methods are done is you put it into an envelope, you mail it, and then you get it back to yourself in a few days. Or you put it into ice if it's a more short-term thing, and then let the ice melt. There are techniques and things done. But the main issue is there lacks the ability of safety. That if you have an emergency, there are problems.
Yeah, if it's in ice.
If it's in ice, or if it's, let's say, it's just a timer lockbox, so a lockbox with a timer.
Yeah.
One of those examples is Kitchen Safe. Might have heard of it. It's a box just with a screw on. You put a timer and that's it. How the hell is someone who discovers that, fuck, I need to take off the cage right now because I'm having this emergency, or let's say the board breaks or some technology breaks. How are you going to get out? How that there has been issues with that before. Example, Cellmate, which had, I think, around 40,000 users, have their long distance cock cage hacked into, and there were some issues there.
So this device basically help you to lock the key but have like a emergency system.
So there's the app side, which allows unlocking. You press a button, emergency unlock. Your key holder, the person who is your dom or partner in this dynamic, gets the notification you have unlocked it, and then there also might be some automatic penalty to it. But besides the app unlock, if you look closely enough, you can also see it here. There's a small hole right under the USB-C. It won't be visible on camera, but it's similar to a phone pinhole.
Okay, yeah.
And you just push the pinhole through it, and that's done. And then it pushes back the solenoid here. And then you can unlock it.
Okay, nice.
And no matter what happens to the device, if the chip breaks, if there is any emergency with the device, you can always pinhole unlock it. And because of how we've made it and how we've developed it, you really can't, the user will always know, the DOM will always know, because there is we have built in tamper checking and surveillance methods in there. So no matter what you do, there is no way to get access to that key without the DOM knowing.
Okay.
And then always comes the situation, you unlock too early without permission, you get more time added, or with the second device, the Blowjob trainer, you have to do another routine. Now, would you like me to discuss further on this, or explain what this is?
This is? Yeah,
this
I'm
is
curious of this now.
Yeah, this is a bit more confusing in its nature. I'm gonna bring in my phone actually to give a better example of what it does in its nature. It really does. I can have some examples of the chips as well. So the phone just plops onto here like this. And then the user puts a dildo down here. And then they start doing a blowjob. And as they do it, they move up and down. And the distance sensor tracks this and feeds it to the phone. And on the phone, it shows a mini game.
Oh, I see.
And then the user has to keep on track with the mini game.
Okay.
And all of those mini games can be custom made, can be tweaked, can be sent to a partner, can be set as penalties.
Interesting. So
And
it can be any dildo, right? Like
any
it doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't have to be a specific one. It can be any dildo that you want to use, but that's not even the. And this connects then to here. So think about it. You don't get because it not just tracks it, but also scores it. Think about it. You don't get a high enough score. Suddenly, your timer gets added to. Or you do a too early unlock. You have to do one of the routines. You have to do a mini game, and then when you do a mini game, if you don't get a high enough score, you get more time added. So it's a feedback loop in a way, and it really builds on one after the other in a very just like devious and very controlling way.
Yeah.
Because really, the way you do Kink Tech, the way you do, because control is the main basis of. Giving up control, taking control is the main, dynamic of kink, what BDSM is defined by, domination and submission. To be able to do kink tech, you need to be able to get data. Meaning you have to have devices that send out data. Because otherwise, how can you monitor? And without monitoring, you can't really act. And without acting, well, there's no really control. Now, to expand a bit further on this one, because besides just tracking and scoring, those scores can also be added to routines, meaning you can compete with friends or other people. Say, oh yeah, I am the actual best person in the world at this specific blowjob. Or you get high scores, and then you're the world's.
Yeah, sounds like a fun girls' night idea. It depends on how close of a friend. You know?
Yeah, but like, but like not even just girls' night. Just if someone wants to train their partner, or let's say someone. So routines and such, but because it also connects to other sex toys, that up and down motion, that also connects to automatic strokers, automatic masturbators. So it's a long distance also blowjob device that if you move down like this, your partner feels those exact movements themselves as well. And if you stay on point with the moving arrow on the screen, you also can have your butt plug give haptic feedback on how well you did. So it's multiple levels of integration for as much fun as physically possible. Of course, there's the fact of it doesn't have the sensors to do how much pressure you're putting on the lips and all of that. But to do that, you would need a specialized dildo, which costs a lot to produce. You require a lot of sensors, and that just drives up the cost for the user as well. Taking away the user's ability to use different dildos, to try different sizes, and really get accustomed to it.
But would you aim to make a specialized dildo for it, or not really?
So I feel personally that there are areas where we can improve more. Devices that we can make that have more of a magnitude of a change. One of those being we want to develop. We are currently in the process with our pre-existing PCB prototype to make a shock collar thin enough to wear under latex. Something that is original board and our own electronics. We also have figured out a novel technique on how to do shocking, like painful shocking, and we want to go into areas where we can really do a massive jump. Because Lovin's Mission already has that dildo which has all the sensors and tracks that. There's no point in doing that. We can't bring about real change, novel improvement. That's the goal with all of it.
I like that. And what about this one? Like, what kind of challenges are you facing for this one?
So, With this one,
Do they have a name, by the way?
yes. So this is Reach Trainer,
Reach Trainer?
and this is Reach Lock.
Reach Lock.
All of them have the Reach name for it. Well, with the boxes, when it comes to development, really, it can be largely summed up by easy hardware, difficult software. Easy software, difficult hardware. And that's largely the developmental experience we've had, because our goal really is to launch both of the products at the same time, because we see that they are complementary, and you get so much more by having both of the devices and seeing the complementary aspect of both, though they separately already provide good, I think, value good enough for what they do. So this is also see how tightly everything is packed in here.
Yeah.
And with the one of the bigger challenges with the Lockbox is been how to get the battery life up, because we've been able to get it up from around 5 days to currently, if we're able to push through the latest PCB changes, possibly 90-day battery. So 3 months of one charge, which is in a time where you charge your phone once per day. Otherwise, it's a catastrophe waiting to happen.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty decent.
Yeah.
And that allows users to really have definite chastity experience where they don't worry about the time we're running out. And even if you have low battery, there's also a penalty that activates when your battery is too low, so you get punished if you let your battery run out as well.
Okay, yeah.
So every single thing where a person could maybe game it, could figure a way how to be sneaky around it, we've worked with it, we've built around it, and we've made it into a punishment, that you will be punished if you don't play by the rules. And it's definitely I slightly fear for my own life due to this project, because again, as I said, I want all of these things myself. And as someone who does has experimented and does chastity from time to time, something like this, I feel like will cause problems in my life.
Yeah.
In the best way.
In the best way.
In the best way, but yeah.
But it's always a great way to approach any project is when you want something, and if there's any problem or the frustration in your life that you want to fix, and you come up with a solution. Can I ask, does your friends and family know that you're developing this?
So my parents both know.
Yeah.
None of them really know about what the device does. They know about the devices, and they both of the parents know about the box itself. They don't know about the Blowjob trainer, for obvious reasons. My sister knows, but all of my friends, because all of my friends are furries, are neurodivergent queers. For them, and a lot of kinksters, for them it's just like another Tuesday. It's really nothing that crazy about it. Though talking with people on our server and our community about it, the excitement is really palpable. So yeah, I haven't told anything to the close family.
Yeah.
Dare not speak a word to grandmama.
Yeah. Probably better not to share to your grandma. But how do they react? Like, are they supportive of you for doing this?
So when we started off, both of my parents were like, drop this project. Why are you wasting your time on this?
Yeah.
Go to uni.
Yeah.
The person you're co-founding this with is scamming you. They're not real. They don't have the competencies that they're claiming to have. But over time, they've grown more accustomed to it, more like accepting of it, and showing my dad at least the box, even though he doesn't know what it's used for, the chastity and such. He keeps asking I don't understand the target market for this.
Yeah.
And then then my answer is, if I explain to you, yeah,
like you will disown me.
you it's a type of thing that you would not be respectful of. You would not approve of. You would not understand. This is beyond your area.
Is your parents very vanilla, as far as you know?
As far as I know, very vanilla.
Yeah.
Though considering how many kinks I have, maybe not so. But as far as I know, I have not found a single dildo, sex toy, or strap or anything in
vanilla
in my parents' house. So either they're really good at hiding, or they just don't have anything like that. So very vanilla. Well, someone had to compensate in the family.
Yeah, right? Someone has to bother your mother, so.
But yeah, generally they know, but sister is very open-minded anyway, so she's just like, she makes fun of it. Doesn't really understand, but they're semi-supportive.
Yeah.
As their viewpoint is, if I'm able to make this into a job and make profit from it and make this functional, which by all accounts and purposes should be doable, then they say, do whatever what you want. It's just that they worry a lot about the fact that, is this really going to work out?
Yeah.
You're going to have issues. So it's not even the fact that they're angry at it, they're just really worried.
Yeah.
But when I'm able to do it, move out, then they'll be fine. Then I can say whatever the hell I want to them, and they'll have to just accept it. They won't disown me. I know that already. Considering how, they won't disown me.
Yeah. How long have you been working on these things?
For a year now. So largely we were very active September to January, and then in about January that time we had some issues in the company, which I would rather not go into too much in depth. But we had conflicts, we had some and then stuff started to pick up again around. Development never stopped. We still had the back end team developing, but then in around May, June, it picked up again. And really, when it really got into force was in the middle of July, where we after we got the first physical prototype of these devices in the beginning of August, the amount of just like constant prototyping, constant reworkings of the board, intensity was massive. So we got it from the very first prototype to this level in a month, which I would consider is pretty good time.
Yeah, that's a very quick time.
Because whenever I got a physical device, it's no matter what time it is, no matter what the situation is, I'm behind the computer talking with the design team, talking with design people, prototyping and thinking of solutions on things. This has, of course, caused my sleep schedule to go a bit wacky. Doing board testing at 1:30 a.m. Perhaps is not the best, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. And do we have any expected launch date?
So launch date, we're looking towards the 15th of November.
Okay, that's pretty soon.
It is very soon. Because we'll be starting actually pre-sales already in October. Pre-sales are there to help us figure out some paperwork, but in large part for us to be able to buy inventory. Without inventory, we have the issue of, okay, people order, let's say 200 devices from us, 100 locks and 100 trainers. Then that goes to the factory in Asia, and then from the factory it comes to Estonia, it's compiled in Estonia and then sent out. That's an extra 2 to 3 weeks of time that could be just saved for the end user, for them. But if the pre-sale doesn't go well, we can still launch. There is no issue there. Just it's longer wait times and perhaps some issues with launching on the iOS platforms or going into the US market. But generally, EU sales and Asia sales should be completely fine and available from 15th of November without issue.
And when you manage to launch these 2 devices, what are some like future products that you're thinking of, if you have any?
So the future product I already mentioned, the shock collar, reads zap. We want to make that. Think about this integrating with a shock collar, and then you do badly, you're really off the mark with the arrows, not really lined up. Shock, choose, and in that way, or with the box, let's say that you have the shock collar on when you're doing God knows what, then if you go over time, it shocks you somewhere. So again, integration. After that, we're looking, can't go into the specifics, but we're looking into developing a competitor and a successor to Edge-O-Matic, which is a device that detects how close to someone is to orgasm based off of how their anal wall contracts.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And we know that we can make it into the... there is pretty good proof that we can bring this down to the smallest possible form factor. Really easily wearable and such, but I can't go too much into that. But generally, besides that, one of our bigger goals is not... besides technologies, to go also look into software. What we want to do, have you heard of the programming language used for children usually, Scratch? So in Scratch, it's you build programs using blocks, if, when, and so on and so forth. And then you build them one after the other. If this happens, then you do this. And you can build like very primitive games or visuals or just programs with it. What we want to do is bring that type of programmability and like control and long chain making to these devices.
Okay.
So let's say a dummy wants to sell or wants to share improve your throat skills kind of course. Or a friend or a dom wants to send some long form course where they don't have to do constant monitoring, constant setup, where it's just one big chunk that if this happens, then this happens, and it's a long chain of ifs, whens, and a tree that just branches off. Choose your own adventure kind of thing of you mess up, let's say in the first week you mess up with your hygiene unlock, then it starts going down a path of you have to do more routines. If you fail those routines, then more time added. Then it gets really hard suddenly, and it's just you build scenarios on top of scenarios on top of scenarios, and get really complex and really into the mind of the person using it. And really building
that's like a really complex domination involved.
Yes, but if you set it up once, you can share it with the world, share it with everyone, and that's pretty cool.
Would you like create a community of people who purchased your product? Because I think that would be pretty cool.
Currently, we already have a Discord. We have social media up there under Reach Restraints. You can search it up on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram. We're on Discord as well, and our website as well, reachrestraints.com. You can find most of our stuff there from there. Also, we're on Reddit. We are pretty much everywhere.
Okay, that's really cool. Wow, thank you, Indrek, for coming today. And so final question I ask to all of my guests is, what is a tea you want to spill for your younger self? In your case, it can be about sex tech or the sex toy, or about your kink.
Let me think. What is something I would like to tell to my younger self?
I mean, you're very young, but...
I am very young! Let's go back to the ancient times. 2 years ago.
Maybe in your past life.
Past life, when I was a butterfly.
Yeah.
What would be a butterfly's kink life, even? I don't know if so much kink-wise. More maybe in the form of be a better communicator, perhaps. That's on my own kink side. Be more open about it. Try to... And also, I would warn that you're not you're not a masochist, but you're into pain in a meditative way. Thought that I was a masochist for a long time, didn't really enjoy it that much, but it was like, it wasn't a sexual thing, it was a meditative kind of thing. I would tell them that. But in the field of sex tech, I would say, get into this as soon as possible. Yeah. The market is there. There is a strive. There's a need. There are people who are able to do this. And just general startup wise, even if you don't have the technical skills to do it, because I'm not a technical lead. I don't have experience in FreeCAD, in building PCBs or programming. Find the people, because there are out there, and they can share your passion, and you can grab them on with it, and then you can make something really incredible. So don't ever underestimate what you can do with other people and the people you can find to really make your dreams possible.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's very inspirational. Thank you so much, Indrek, for joining me today.
Glad to be here.
If you like this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe.